All right, good evening and welcome to Breaking Today. If you see this set arranged this way, it means a tipping point is coming up in just a short while, so don't go anywhere. In just about 30 minutes, tipping point. And tonight we've got MCAs from Baringo, Nairobi and Kiambu counties. They'll be discussing so much about the BBI, so Lincoln Wambogo is coming up in a short while. But tonight on Breaking Today, this is what we've prepared for you.
We hope members will take a cue from our younger members in the county assemblies.
National Assembly Majority Leader Amos Kimunya says the BBI will be passed in less than 2 weeks in both parliaments.
It should be very simple, very basic. Yes or no.
Itakuwa vyema kwamba kila kipengee ambako kiko pale kipigiwe kura.
MPs are divided over yes, no referendum or a multiple choice referendum.
Those who are spearheading that they are against the document, they are now being spat on the face.
Both parliaments barred by courts from discussing the outcome of the Baringo County BBI bill that was rejected. All right, welcome to the broadcast. My name is Frederick Muitiriri. My sign language interpreter is Michael Maidya. You can now watch your favorite programs on the following platforms. That is Signet, Zuku Channel 53, or Azam 338. You can also catch our episodes on our website. That is on www.switchtv.ke, Switch TV News YouTube channel, or download the Switch TV app on Google Play Store or the App Store. Talk to us on SMS 111 444 111. Now, I'm asking this question tonight. Are you happy with how your MCA voted in the just concluded BBI drive? Are you happy with how your MCA voted in the just concluded the BBI drive? SMS us on 111 444 111 or WhatsApp number that is on 0785939529 and all our social media handles at Switch TV Kenya at Fred Muitiriri. Now, the State House has today issued their immense gratitude to more than 40 counties that have considered the Building Bridges Initiative Constitution Amendment Bill, terming their decision as monumental. Baringo Senator Gideon Moi, who was issuing the statement on behalf of the Secretariat, termed the BBI report as a once-in-a-while generation break from the past. Now, David Kagina, my producer, is preparing that story. It's coming up in a short while. Moving on, current MCA David Mberia has been sentenced to serve 3 years in jail for requesting and receiving a bribe of 1.7 million shillings from a private school. Milimani Chief Magistrate Thomas Nzioki has also barred him from holding public office. Mberia has been given an alternative fine of 700,000 shillings to secure his release. In the first count of requesting a 1 million shillings bribe, Mberia will pay 300,000 shillings or serve 12 months in default. In the second count, Mberia requested 500,000 shillings bribe, and for it, he will serve 12 months in jail or pay 200,000 shillings. In the third count of receiving treated money of 200,000 shillings, the court has ordered him to pay a fine of 200,000 shillings or serve 12 months in jail. This is a developing story and we'll keep you updated as it unfolds. Now, Nandi County Assembly has become the second county after Baringo County to reject the BBI Constitution Amendment Bill 2020. During the vote, 23 MCAs rejected the bill, while 13 supported. Meanwhile, the High Court has barred the National Assembly and Senate speakers from debating the decision by members of Baringo County Assembly rejecting the Building Bridges Initiative Amendment Bill 2020. Justice Justus Momanyi further referring petition filed by the 6 people challenging the rejection of the bill to the Acting Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu for directions. Daniel Kariuki reports.
Just when the BBI proposers were hoping the BBI bill will go through without rejection from any county assembly, apart from Baringo County that has since been halted by the courts, Nandi County Assembly has become the second county rejecting the BBI Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020.
Very important because they touch on Mwananchi.
The County Assembly, which is seen as one of Deputy President William Ruto's backyards, witnessed a vote turnout of 23 MCAs rejecting the bill, as 13 MCAs voting in support of the BBI bill. Earlier in the day, High Court barred the National Assembly and the Senate speakers from debating the decision by members of Baringo County Assembly rejecting the Building Bridges Initiative Amendment Bill. This follows after orders following the suit filed by 3 ward representatives and 3 residents of Baringo County were forwarded before Justice Justus Momani, challenging the outcome of the February 11th debate that was marred by chaos. MCAs Ameja Zelemoi of Churo Amayo Ward, Anestaras of Cabernet Ward, and nominated MCA Jebet Birchogo, all from Baringo County, were among the names that filed the suit, wanting the court to issue orders stopping Speaker David Kerich from certifying the results of the February 11th sitting.
I want to appreciate the courts that there is an order, conservatory order, making it clear that nothing can be acted upon. Whatever happened in Baringo is now in court.
Those who are spearheading that they are against the document, they are now being spat on the face. They don't understand. And the public, they are facing now a lot of challenges.
And there is no reverse. And you know, all these ulabalu and all these other things is because we refuse to be bribed.
The plaintiffs blaming the county assembly for having the debate without involving the public, further claiming the whole process of debating was rushed. 41 county assemblies have so far approved the BBI bill. However, 3 have been rejected by the National Assembly Speaker Justin Muturi for not meeting requirements of submission of a draft bill. Baringo, which is among the 3, only submitted a rejection certificate but failed to avail a copy of the draft bill. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV.
National Assembly Majority Leader Amos Kimunya has expressed confidence that MPs, just like the MCAs, will give the BBI Bill 2020 an overwhelming endorsement. Kimunya said the House Business Committees and the 2 speakers of both Senate and National Assembly will next week give the way forward in regards to the processing of the bill, which he has noted will take the shortest time possible. He has said the bill will take at most 2 weeks before the 2 houses of Parliament.
But we want to give maximum time, probably a week, all right, for debate. And then by the time the question is put, we hope members will take a cue from our younger members in the county assemblies, our younger brothers and sisters in the county assemblies who debated and saw what was good for their counties, yeah? Because everyone votes based on their interests. The county assemblies were very clear. We are voting because we can see 35%. We can see our independence. We don't have to be to keep getting their money through the governor. We can see we have more oversight over the county assembly through 179.4. We can see, you know, they have a ward fund, so there's no discrimination by a governor just because a ward does not support him. So there's so many things that they saw as the benefits. When we come to the House, members of the House are also saying, yes, we are operating under, we don't have a law on CDF. For once, it will be anchored in the Constitution. So that's a major thing, even to allow members to entice members to vote. Members can become ministers. We would also have the executive now answerable on the floor of the House, rather than before, currently now, where questions are answered in committees and the whole House has no idea what the Minister for Education said in that committee because they were in another committee. And you see, it helps improve transparency, it helps improve on the governance. So there's lots of good things that members will be looking at, and I'm sure they'll be voting based on that.
Naam, turejelee taarifa ambayo nilikuwa nimekupa hapo awali ni kwamba State House has today issued their immense gratitude to more than 40 counties that have considered the Building Bridges Initiative Constitution Amendment Bill, terming their decision as monumental. Baringo Senator Gideon Moy, who was issuing the statement on behalf of the Secretariat, termed the BBI report as a once-in-a-while generation break from the past. He has further hinted a consultative meeting on 9th of March 2021 involving members of Parliament and county leadership before proceeding to civic education exercise for the public.
Today, on behalf of a grateful nation, we convey our immense gratitude to all our county assemblies for their monumental support for this popular initiative. Their bold action sets the foundation upon which Kenya shall advance intergenerational equity, realize gender parity, guarantee equal opportunities for all, and give each Kenyan a bigger slice of our shared prosperity.
All right, he was speaking on behalf of Moses Wetangula. Charity Ngilu, I can see her. She was at State House. Raila Odinga, the President Uhuru Kenyatta, Kalonzo Musyoka. I can see Musalia Mudavadi, and of course, Gideon Moi himself. Now, MPs allied to President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga have clashed with their colleagues in the Deputy President William Ruto's camp over the referendum bill, with one side pushing for a yes or no referendum and the other calling for a multiple choice referendum. Kenyans have also expressed different opinions on the matter. Joel Chacha reports. All right, my director Lynette is telling me that story. Wanaipika-pika na inakuja. Now, the BBI referendum rallies are set to start from next week after the bill is passed by the two chambers of parliament. But there is a problem. The COVID-19 measures set to curtail the spread of COVID-19 will be flaunted without doubt. Samuel Namkana spoke to health experts on how the campaigns will affect the fight against the virus and has filed the following story.
With the plans to begin the Building Bridges referendum campaigns from next week by the political class, these may pose a threat to the health sector as COVID-19 numbers may surge.
Walikuwa wanafikiri ya kwamba Wakenya ni wajinga, ati wao ndio wanajua kuongea na Wakenya, lakini mimi nasema Wakenya ndani yao ni werevu.
So previously, CRAC has said that has advised against large gatherings without COVID-19 measures.
The Kenya Medical Association SG Dr. Simon Kigondu claims this move can be disastrous to the country as the campaigns across the country may cause speedily spread of the virus.
So as a professional association, our guidance is that people should follow the measures of COVID-19 and we will be on the lookout.
With the introduction of a new COVID-19 strain that is spreading like wildfire, the BBI campaigns may act as catalysts to the deadly virus.
So as a professional association, what we do is to give them advice on the transmission of COVID, what needs to be done to prevent it, and it is up to the government to weigh this against all the other issues that are coming out like conflict.
The Building Bridges Initiative debate is said to be discussed in both the Senate and the National Assembly before the end of this month, before the national campaigns take off. Namkana Samuel, Switch TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Namkana, for reminding us that the virus is still here with us. The virus is still here with us. Now, I asked you we are just about to go on a short break, but I asked you, are you happy with how your MCA voted in the just concluded BBI drive? Are you happy with how your MCA voted in the just concluded BBI bill drive in the counties? SMS us on 111 444 111. Our WhatsApp number that is on 0785 939529. My Twitter at Fred Mwitiriri and Switch TV Kenya. Short break, we'll be back with more in a short while. Right, welcome back to the program. All right, before we move on now, members, these are some of the SMSs that I'm receiving. Members of Car Grant Association have done their part. Now it's the MPs to work on. Itakuwa nono sio car grant, labda chopper grant. Okay? Media published, we are saying they can't stop reggae. All right, on Facebook, Monix Faith is saying, no, I am not happy. Okay. I'll be reading and sampling some of your SMSs as we go along. Now, officers from the Law Society of Kenya, LSK, alongside Kenya police officers today arrested 3 quack lawyers alleged to have been hoodwinking the public and seized numerous court files from their offices in Gatundu South, Kiambu County. David Kagina with more.
Daniel Gashau Mwangi, the LSK chairman Thika chapter, led the impromptu crackdown that was occasioned by an uproar from the public over proliferation of imposter lawyers who masquerade as certified lawyers. Gashau says the alleged fake lawyers pretend to be in position to offer the public legal counsel after their relatives are charged in court, and in the process they pocket millions from unsuspecting clients and disappear.
They have gone to an extent of setting up offices and pretending that they are advocates and therefore hoodwinking members of the public. Today, through our operations, we have managed to capture to net 3 of them who are in the process of offering these services, and we have presented them to the police station and charges are being preferred.
During the raid, many other quack lawyers got wind of the crackdown, prompting them to close down their offices and flee. The chairman has appealed to members of the public to scrutinize the credibility of lawyers they go seeking legal representation from to avoid being defrauded.
We are here to send a strong warning that lawyers are a self-governing and presenting institution. We have systems within us to net people who are errant advocates. We don't deny that there are those ones amongst us who are errant, but we want to deal with those ones who are claiming to be advocates while they are not advocates.
Other materials that were seized during the crackdown are seals, stamps, fake licenses, among other documents. Those arrested are expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow. David Kagina, Switch TV.
Promise you, quacks are everywhere. Even journalists. There are so many quacks. I think we need to deal with them. All right, now it's time for business. I can see my colleague Clifford Dumbi is ready to do exactly that. Dumbi, take it over.
All right, it's now time to switch focus to the latest from the world of business. The COVID-19 pandemic saw almost 1,000 people in the Kenya exit the Dollar Millionaire Club last year as key investment portfolios stagnated or crashed. However, with things picking up, an estimated 1,517 Kenyans are expected to join the Dollar Millionaire Club by 2025. The 2021 Knight Frank Wealth Report released on Wednesday shows that the number of people worth over 100 million shillings which dropped to 3,323 in 2020 from 4,235 the previous year, is expected to rise to 4,840 in 2025. Brian Mwenda has filed this story.
The sharp decrease in the number of Kenyans in the Dollar Millionaire Club is not only a reflection of the nation's economy, but also the global economy. This is according to Tilda Mwai, a renowned researcher at Knight Frank. Mwai pinpoints the main reason for the decline to the COVID-19 global pandemic.
What we have seen is, of course, as a result of the pandemic and the impact that the pandemic had on economies, and also the responses that were adopted by different governments to deal with the pandemic, then it was not business as usual. And of course, this had a significant effect on the level of business activity that was taking place, on the equities markets, on property values. And these are all aspects that contribute to the growth of millionaire wealth.
Mwai explains how a drop in millionaires affect the common mwananchi in relation to the widening gap between the rich and the poor, which according to statistics by Oxfam show that less than 0.1% of all the population own more wealth than the bottom 99.9%.
There has been an emergence of opportunities. So there has been increased focus on innovation, and there has been increased focus on entrepreneurship. And as you can agree with me, in terms of innovation, that has been one of the ways that we have seen some level of equality being brought about, where even in terms of access to education, people have tried to introduce online classes and ensure that this is rolled out to the different masses, and governments have tried to adopt these policies.
However, with things picking up, an estimated 1,517 Kenyans are expected to join the dollar millionaire by the year 2025. Brian Munda, Switch TV.
Thank you, Brian Mwenda. Elsewhere, the value of trade between Kenya and its key business partners dropped in 2020, according to the latest government data, despite a growth in the country's exports. The Kenya National Bureau of Statistics 2020 data shows a 4.7% drop in trade value in the year to December, closing at 2.283 trillion shillings, down from 2.396 trillion in 2019. Equally, there was an 8.8% drop in the value of imports, which stood at 1.64 trillion shillings, down from 1.80 trillion shillings the previous year, with a leading import source market of China slightly losing its market share despite remaining Kenya's dominant source market. Elsewhere, travelers considering flying and are concerned about social distancing can now book an extra seat or row on Kenya Airways. The national carrier has launched the service-tubed economy max for flyers who want extra space for in-flight safety. Passengers are allowed to book a seat or the row next to them between 48 hours and 3 hours of traveling. The product is the first of its kind in Africa since resuming flights in August after flights were grounded to contain the spread of the coronavirus disease. And finally, most traders at Gongoni Market in Magarini sub-county of Kilifi County have deserted the facility less than 8 months since Governor Amason Kingi commissioned it. The 32.8 million market, which has a capacity of 146 shops that include 114 grocery shops and fish ponds, 8 eateries and 9 general shops, is almost empty, even as hundreds of traders are operating in the open air around the gigantic facility. Through a spot check conducted, we can now reveal that less than 20 out of the 146 traders that were allocated spaces are operating inside the market. Less than 15 out of 114 grocery shops are occupied, and only 1 out of the 8 eateries within the market is doing business within the allocated space, leaving almost 100 grocery shops and 7 eateries unoccupied.
Mfano fileti, maliva, chicken chips, manini, mfano mapiliani, mabiriani, lakini shilingi 5,000 uamba uje uze ukeju hapa shilingi ukeju na sima, alafu mwisho wa mwezi ulipe shilingi 5,000. Alafu na ushuru nao na kungojea 15 kila siku, alafu na shilingi 10 askari na kungojea kila siku. Hiyo pesa hiyo haiwezekani kwa mwanabiashara, na ndio maana imefanya hata wengine unaona kama Milele huyo amefungwa tayari, akashindwa tayari.
Kinachofanya wafanyabiashara nje ni kwa sababu ya wale mahosela. Wanasema mahosela, wakiwa maana mahosela wanauza bei ile ile wanauza wale wanabiashara wadogo. Wanabiashara wananunua kwa mahosela na bei zao zinakuwa hizo hizo na mahosela. Kwa hiyo ikapelekea kuwa linachangia pakubwa kwamba biashara zitakuwa haziendi sawa. Ndio ikabidi wengine inawapelekea watoke nje. Na kuna nafasi nyingine ambazo ziko wazi, watu wale wanaotakiwa waje pale wauze hawaonekani. Na unapouliza hakuna nafasi ya kuuza, unaambiwa kumejaa. Lakini nafasi nyingine zipo na zinaonekana. Tunaomba hizo nafasi wapewe kina mama wanazi na mboga.
All right, from Kilifi County, we come to the end of the business news of the day. Let's do this tomorrow, same time, same place. Up next is sports news.
Time for us sports people now. Manchester City are 1 foot into the Champions League quarterfinals after an easy 2-0 victory in their first leg of their last 16 tie against German side Borussia Gladbach.